Today we will be practicing a nice deep stretching class, also known as Yin Yoga. In Yin Yoga, if you are new to this practice, we're basically holding a set of poses for at least a minute and a half each. And as we're doing that, we're also targeting a little bit more of the healing aspect of our body, which happens naturally as we come into these poses. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me once again onto your yoga mat. So to begin, we're going to come into a child's pose today. So go ahead and come on up onto your knees. You're going to spread your knees out about mat width distance. Spread your knees out so that your toes are touching behind you. And you're going to start to walk your hands to the top of your mat. And just go ahead and drop your head down. You can also use a block underneath that forehead and really allow that shoulder to start to relax and soften down. Maybe you'll notice a bit of that inner thigh stretching out. So let's just come into that breath, in and out through the nose. And just allowing yourself to give in completely to this practice today. Today we're going to be moving at a very slow pace. It's not going to be much movements because we'll be holding a lot of the poses here, like I said, for at least 1.5 minutes. So just allowing yourself to focus on how you're breathing today. Just trying to notice if the breath is choppy or smooth. And now from here, let's slowly go ahead and bring your left hand over to the left edge of your mat. And then you're going to bring your right hand on top of your left. And you can drop down once again, relax the head on the ground. And here you'll start to notice just a gentle stretch on that right side of your body as we arch a little bit towards the left side. So let's use that breath here as a tool. So when you're inhaling, notice where you feel that opening, that stretch. And you're going to just breathe directly into it. As you exhale, you're going to release all of that tension, the tightness out through the nose, and really allow yourself to soften in place. Last 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to the center here this time. Right hand on the right edge of your mat, and then left hand on top. Drop that forehead down, and then this time a gentle stretch on that left side of your body. Let's breathe into it once again. Exhale, let every tension melt away through that exhalation, through that out breath. It really helps to visualize the air just kind of moving in and out of your body, especially in the areas where you feel it the most. And it really helps to ease yourself into the pose a little bit more. Good, you guys. Now slowly come back to the center once again. Bring your arms straight in front of you. Give yourself one final stretch. And then from here, we're going to walk your hands back. Lift yourself back up. And then go ahead and join your knees together, cross your legs behind you, and then sit back. All right, let's go ahead and come into a butterfly leg. So go ahead and bring your feet together, and then bring your feet a little bit closer towards your hip. However far it can actually reach. Go ahead and drop the knee out to the side. So just relax that inner thigh here, soften it a little bit more. Grab onto your toes here, and then you want to lengthen your spine as you inhale. So you're reaching up from the top of your head, and then as you exhale, start to fold a little bit forward or to your own degree. Notice your limit here. Start to listen to that body. How far can you actually go without affecting your breath? And we're just gonna stay in that position, and we're gonna breathe. Breathe again directly into the areas you're feeling. So for me, I'm definitely feeling it in my inner thighs and the groin region. You can also remove the elbows down onto the floor if that's possible for you. You can start to deepen that pose a little bit more by just taking your time as you move down, even if it's just micromillimeters. Always focusing on lengthening that spine a little bit. And then just focusing on that deep breath coming in and out through the nose. Using that visualization once again to send that breath down into that inner thigh and your groin. I'm gonna hold here, so keep breathing. Now, even though we are moving at a much slower pace as the regular classes that I've been doing, does not mean that it's any easier. In fact, for most of us, sitting still in a posture can be one of the most challenging things to do. There might be thousands of thoughts in your head right now. You might be thinking of the past events or something that hasn't even happened yet. And that's why it's very difficult for some of us to remain still, to remain present. And Yin Yoga really challenges us to remain still and to come into our body right now, to experience all of that sensation, to be present with that sensation without any judgment. As we just sink into what we're feeling, and we're turning on the feeling part of our brain instead of thinking our way into the pose. Let's stay here for another 5, another 4, 3, 2, and 1. So take your time here. Again, there's no need to rush. Slowly make your way back up. And then this time we're going to bring that feet out a little bit in front of you. We've created a bit of a diamond shape with your legs now. Grab your ankles, and then once again we're going to lift that chest up, reach your heart up, and then exhale now, bending your elbows and then folding over that leg. And then when you know you can't go any further, you're going to just stay and hold. Start to notice now what's the difference between this pose and the one we did just before. You should be feeling it more on the outer part of your legs here. And once again, using that breath here as a tool to guide us, to remain present, to let go of anything that comes up every now and then in our head, or even if there are distractions around us. Rather than getting caught up with all of that distraction, we're using that effort to focus our attention on our breath and what we're feeling. So start to deepen that breath. Start to use that exhalation to remove any tension. As for me, I'm definitely feeling it now in my outer leg area, and you can definitely feel that sensation. And rather than running away from all that sensation and thinking of something else, try shifting your energy into that sensation. Try breathing directly into it. Try to experience everything that you are experiencing. Remember that the path of yoga is all about the journey and not about reaching a destination per se. It's about how we're getting into the pose rather than the pose itself. We're going to stay here for about 5 more seconds. Keep breathing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, take your time as we come all the way up. You should definitely be feeling that. Let's go ahead and bring those knees back up, hands behind you, and let's go ahead and rock those hips side to side. So dropping your knees to one side. It's always great to add a little bit of these movements after long holding postures, just to send the energy around to the rest of the body or to move the fluid around. Alright, you guys, now from here, let's go ahead and straighten your legs this time. And then remove any flesh out of your hip. Straighten your legs here, keep your feet slightly flexed, and then reach your arms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, start to reach and extend your arms, and then drop your hands wherever it falls. Again, we're not trying to go as low as possible. We're just trying to feel that stretch in the entire outer part of that area of our bodies. So when your hands land wherever it falls on your legs, go ahead and reach that chest up. Inhale, lengthen that spine. And then as you exhale, just drop that chest down again to your own degree. And this time, you can start to round your back. You can even bend your knees to help you go a little bit deeper, if that helps you. Once again, start to notice what you feel. Remember to also relax the shoulders here, relax your chin towards your chest. And notice how you feel on the back side of your neck here as well, as you allow your head to feel quite heavy. And then once you do feel a bit more comfortable and you feel like you can go a little bit more, you can then start to with every inhale, just extend that spine forward and upwards, lengthening the entire backside of your body. And then as you exhale, you're going to just drop that chest down a little bit in front. And you can do this continuously. With every inhale, you're lengthening, you're leaning a little bit forward, and then with every exhale, you're dropping that chest down a little bit in front. Or if you feel like you're already at your limit, you can just hold there wherever you are, finding your limit and just breathing into whatever you're feeling. If we have really tight hamstring, if the back of our legs are really tight, chances are the back is going to be feeling very tight as well, because they're all interconnected, the muscles there. So just take your time here. If you need to bend that knee, go ahead and bend that knee. Listen again to the wisdom of what your body is telling you, and go at your own pace. Alright, for this one, we're going to hold for the last 10, 9, 8, 7, make sure you're breathing, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take your time, slowly walk your hands back up, and then lift that heart up, coming into your staff pose, hands down by your side, and just keeping that back nice and flat. Finding that breath, finding your composure. Alright, now this time, let's go ahead and bend that left knee up towards the ceiling, and then bring that leg behind you, so your feet is right behind you. You're going to open up your hip out to the side, so your knee is open out towards the left side. See if they can create this sort of a 90-degree with that leg. And if this is a little bit uncomfortable for you, you can always place a block right underneath that right hip. Just place it right on top, and this should feel a little bit more accessible for you. You can also place some towels here, or if you have books, you can always use that as well. Whatever you need to do, or you can also bring your knee a little bit in closer so that your angle is a little bit sharper rather than that 90-degree angle. So wherever you are, just experiment with your body here. And then you're going to turn your body to face right into the center between your right and left, your left and right leg here. Go ahead and extend their arms up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen up that spine. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to drop your hands down onto the floor, and then just walk your hands out until you feel that good feeling right onto that, either your left hip bone or even your right hip bone. Ease yourself into it. See if you can relax your face, relax your jaw. The goal here is that we completely release the tension away from our body. We're not holding on to certain parts of the body, and for some of us, we might even not realize that we are holding it. So a good technique to kind of check if you are doing so is to bring your attention to the top of your head and just scan the whole body all the way down towards your toes. So taking a moment at a time to see how your head and the skull is, the face. If you can relax the eyebrows a little bit, the jaw, moving down towards your neck and your shoulders. Maybe lifting that heart out just a little bit at a time. And then just like that, moving down to your hips, hips a little bit more. Relaxing the thighs, the knees, the calves, all the way down to your toes. Just like a quick check, just to see if you can release any tension you might not be aware of. Okay, let's use that breath here again as a tool. With every inhale, you're lengthening out of your hip. You're lengthening that spine. With every exhale, you're dropping that chest down a little bit further. Maybe walking your hands out a little bit more. Just taking your time. The good thing about Yin Yoga poses is that you don't really need to make much of an effort. You just need to allow the body to do what it knows best. You're simply giving into time, giving into your breath. You're just trusting the process here. It's also great to improve your flexibility as we are holding these postures for a little bit longer than usual. You'll notice that you can feel a little bit more length. Maybe you can feel a little bit more lightness as well after releasing most of the tension out of the body. So Yin Yoga poses and practices are really great to add to your routine, especially if you are really busy, and especially if you're always working out and doing power poses and power yoga style. Your body definitely needs a break from time to time, and this is a great way to find that recovery. Last 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, you guys. Take your time and slowly come back up. Walk your hands up, and then grab your ankle here, and then go ahead and swing that leg out in front of you. Take your moment, take your time, stretch that left leg out. And if you're like me, you will definitely feel that. All right, let's do the same thing now on to the other side. Go ahead and bend your right leg, and then bring that leg back. Again, option here, use a block right underneath that left hip, or even on your sit bones, or bringing your angle a little bit closer in or to your 90 degree. Again, just want to experiment with your body here. When you're ready, turn your body towards that angle. Inhale to reach your arms up, and then exhale to lower down, nice and slow, taking your moment, taking your time. And let's come back into that breath. Come back into that sensation of how the body is feeling. Making that breath deep, smooth, and full. And the Yin practice is pretty much similar to a meditation practice as well, because in both cases you are trying to stay as still as possible. You are trying to focus on your breath and the present moment. And at the same time, you are trying to shift your attention from your thoughts into your breath. So most of us, especially now with digital devices around us everywhere, we've got information in the touch of a fingertip. And we have all this data and information around us, and our minds become so active and even hyperactive at times. And so for those people especially, it's going to be hard to stay still, and it's going to be hard to remain quiet and just focus on one pose at a time. That's when it starts to get challenging. And if it is challenging for you, it just means you are the one who needs this practice even more. What I definitely like about Yin Yoga practices is that it acts as a balance between the Yang lifestyle, which is the opposite of Yin, where you are constantly moving from A to B, constantly doing things, you're constantly becoming busy, you have thousands of things to do. And so it might be a lot more suitable, as you think, to do more of the power poses to get the most out of that practice. But if you're mostly just doing the power poses, if you're mostly doing, all of these 1,000 different things, we're not actually allowing the body and the mind any rest. And you'll know with top athletes that rest is just as important, if not even more important, for the overall performance of your body, whether that's mental challenge or physical challenge in performance. We need to take a break at times as well and just give back to ourselves. Let's stay here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, you guys. Take your time. Come all the way back up. And once again, let's go ahead and swing that right leg in front of us. And then release that leg. Go ahead and bring your knees up again, feet onto the floor. And once again, we're going to move that knee side to side. Just dropping the knees. Allowing a bit of movement once again, just to circulate the fluids, the energy, the oxygen to the rest of the body. Alright, you guys, now final few poses here. Go ahead and cross your legs, step back, coming into your tabletop pose. And then this time I want you to lie down all the way onto the floor. And then we're going to come into what's called a Sphinx pose. So in your Sphinx pose, you've got your forearms on the floor here, and then you want to bring your elbow right underneath the shoulders. Use that skin of the elbows and just move back a little bit so that the skin is kind of holding you into this posture. Hands are flat down, and then go ahead and lift that chest up. So this is pretty similar to the cobra pose as well, as we are coming in for now some back bends and a heart opening. So let's close our eyes, soften the gaze, and then bring that chin down slightly towards your chest. And once again, we're going to come back to your breathing. You can start to notice that belly going into and out of the mat here. Alright, now from here, go ahead and press your hands down a little bit firmly on the floor, and then lift your elbows up, straightening your arms. Draw that shoulder down your back and then lift up from that heart, coming in for a seal pose. Again, this is a little bit of a deeper back bend. For some of us, it feels good. If this does not quite feel good, you can always bend your elbows down, coming into your Sphinx pose. So again, choose your level, choose what feels good. Stay in it. When you know you can go a little bit deeper, then just take your time as you come into the deeper variation. Again, let's go ahead and tuck that chin down ever so slightly, lengthening the back of your neck. Let's keep breathing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your elbows down if you haven't. Give one more inhale, reach that heart out. And then exhale, lower down all the way. This time, let's go ahead and extend your left arm out towards the left side, around your shoulder height. And then we're going to use your hand right underneath your right shoulder. And you're going to just open up. So press your right hand and then lift up the whole body. You can choose to bend your left knee and then place your right knee, right foot behind you. Open up that hip out to the side, however much you can. If this feels alright, you want to go even deeper, you can also bend the other leg and just keep moving your knee towards the left side. You should feel a nice stretch and opening on your shoulder. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come back to the center. Let's try the same thing onto the other side now. Go ahead and bring your left hand underneath the left shoulder. Right hand out to the right side. And then this time we open up all the way out to the other side. Choose your variation. Okay, we're gonna hold here for about 5 more deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come all the way back down, facing onto your belly. And then this time from here, just go ahead and lie down, turn over, and then lie down onto your back. Bring your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a tight squeeze, and then just rock side to side, massaging your lower back. This time, keep holding on to your right knee in, extend that left leg down, and then right arm out to the side, drop the right knee towards the opposite side, giving yourself a nice supine twist here. Relaxing your lower back. And let's slowly come back to the center. Switch your sides. So go ahead and bring your left knee in, right leg out. And let's bring that left knee over towards the right side. Extend your left arm out. And then again, relax that lower back. Soften up your hips and your thighs. And then one final squeeze. Let's come back to the center. Hug your knees close to your chest. On the inhale, let's lift your head up, touch your knees as close as you can. Curl up into a tiny little ball. Let's hold your breath here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release all the way down into the ultimate yin pose of the practice, Shavasana. Take up space in your mat. And then turn your palms face up towards the ceiling and just allow any leftover tension to just release with that exhalation, with that out breath. Closing the eyes. And let's once again scan the entire body here and relax every bit of that area. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and wiggle your hands, wiggle your toes, and let's go ahead and bring your feet together first, and then extend your arms overhead. Give yourself one final stretch. Inhale, and then exhale from the mouth. Let's bring your arms down by your side, bend your knees to your chest, and let's rock and roll back up into your seated posture, crossing your legs, keeping the eyes closed, hands together right in front of the heart, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing the face, and just take a moment here. Notice how you feel. Hopefully a little bit more lightness, a little bit more length, and a little less stressed. Thank yourself again for committing to the practice, and I thank you for letting me guide you into this practice. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you.